Hello students, how are you? So you must have been knowing the new patterns of Aims, different types of questions, and we are discussing one each type of questions one by one. So I'll be dealing about the extended match questions, right? So we had two questions in hematology in this prospectus. I'm going to discuss the same questions today, right? So these were the options given for the extended match questions. These questions are easy for the only reason you can approach the question from different aspects. You can approach the question from clinical perspective, you can approach from the lab perspective, from the values, as well as from the peripheral smear or bone marrow perspective, right? So first, when you have these type of questions, you have to dissect the questions into different parts. You look at the option once, then go and look at the question. So these are the questions which was given in a prospectus, right? I have dissected it for you. I have just put space between each of the information given. 30-year-old male presented with fatigue and a pain abdomen for 6 months duration. He was anemic and there were multiple cervical lymph nodes involved. Hepatomegaly was there, 2 centimeter, 1 centimeter, and the notable point in the clinical examination is the spleen. The spleen here is palpable for almost 10 centimeters below the costal margin. That's a massive splenomegaly. That's a hint for you, right? Then we'll go down. We have the laboratory investigations available. Hemoglobin is 7, fine. That was maybe the cause for the fatigue. And I have a total leukocyte count of 85,600. It's leukocytosis. And I have a platelet count around average. So we have in mind there's a leukocytosis, right? That's going to be my second clue. And there is increase in number of neutrophils and few basophils. Whenever you have basophilia and leukocytosis, the answer is straightforward with my massive splenomegaly, chronic myeloid leukemia, right? Still, we have few more informations to confirm. There were occasional blasts seen. Yes, that's a clue for me in the case of a chronic phase. Occasional blast, 1%. I have promyelocyte, I have myelocyte, I have metamyelocyte, band forms, neutrophils, everything. There's a chronic leukemia because there are mature cells, immature cells both, and with basophilia, the diagnosis is very straightforward. It's CML. So I'll tell you in a different way to approach. The question had leukocytosis. We have many options here. Thalassemia will not have leukocytosis. Acute leukemia, yes. Lymphoma, no leukocytosis. Multiple myeloma, yes, but plasma cells, no. So only two things which can have leukocytosis here are chronic myeloid leukemia and acute leukemia. For acute leukemia, we know that the criteria for blast percentage is greater than 20%. So you can easily rule out the options and also come to an answer, right? So we'll go to the second question which was given in the prospectus. The second question here is a 25-year-old male developed pallor, mild icterus, and the physician noticed fatigue over a year, and there's a history of gallstones, cholecystectomy, first clue. He could not give a detailed family history, but his father had anemia as well as his grandfather was anemic, right? So 3 generations are affected, so this has to be a congenital disorder. None of his family members are affected and spleen was palpable for 3 centimeters. That's also a clue for me here. Again, we are going to the laboratory investigations. RBC is less, little bit of anemia, hematocrit, everything. MCV is normal range, MCH is normal range, MCHC is elevated. One more clue. And here the best clue here is my reticulocyte count. Reticulocyte count is 15.6. Definitely it's elevated, right? So reticulocyte is elevated. So I'm going to have a very short differential diagnosis now. They are going to be hemolytic anemias. As simple as that. Again, go and look back to the options. I have again few options. In these hemolytic anemias, I have thalassemia, which is a hemolytic anemia, and there is hereditary spherocytosis, which is a hemolytic anemia. None of the other options are hemolytic anemia, right? So I have only 2 options which are hemolytic anemia. Now I have to just choose between these 2 options. Again, go back to my history. Thalassemia will definitely have a very more degree of pallor, and thalassemia will not be in all generations because it's autosomal recessive, and thalassemia will have recurrent history of blood transfusion. That's not there as well, right? So I need much more confirmation. Again, go to the last mode. Reticulocytosis count was elevated and my hemoglobin electrophoresis is normal. My hemoglobin electrophoresis can never ever be normal in the case of thalassemia, so it's ruled out. So my diagnosis here is hereditary spherocytosis. The extended match questions are very easy. The only thing which you will get confused is the question length is huge. So whenever you are attempting a question which is like an extended match options, just you'll have a paper and pen which will be provided in the Aims. Just divide them, write the salient points and look at the options available. You can easily come to a conclusion, right? We'll be coming with more number of questions for you to make it easier for you, and definitely you are going to do well. All the very best. Bye bye.